I'll be honest, keeping up with the tier 2 in Valorant can be incredibly difficult, and in EMEA it is almost impossible. You got 9 leagues that play multiple splits that lead into a play-in that lead into Ascension, and at the end of the day it's really difficult to work out who's going to be playing, who we should be excited for, and ultimately who's going to be the favorites. So I have collected 9 experts, yeah, you guessed it, 1 from each league, and we're going to have a little look at the upcoming EMEA Ascension. Introduce yourself and the region that you're from.
Hello everyone, it's Etse from Turkey.
Hello, this is Hita from France for the Challenger France Revolution.
Aloha Valorant enjoyers, I'm Zomansko from the Hanzo Merkur Challengers Dach League.
Hi guys, my name is Joanna, known as Kari, and I'm from Portugal.
Hi, I'm Hazard JC, commentator for Challengers North, otherwise known by many as Polaris.
Hey guys, I'm FRS, actually part of Eastsearch family from the first days back in 2K22.
Hello, I'm Ulises Prieto. I'm from the Rising Media Marquinto, Spanish region.
Hello everyone, I'm Gabriele Catterin, also known as Wildcat. I'm a caster from Italy. I've been casting VCL Italy Rinascimento since its birth in January 2023.
Yo, it's your boy Morgan. I commentate Valorant for MENA region in VCL Challengers Resilience for both Levant NA and GC in Iraq.
What team are you sending to Ascension?
Barça Esports.
Polaris will be sending Apex to Ascension for the second year in a row.
We are sending Pacific Esports to the Ascension.
My team on Ascension is So.
Yeah, we're going to be sending the Ultimates.
The team that won Eastsearch twice this year and promoted to the VCT Ascension is GoNext Esports.
We're sending 2 teams, Mouse our champions and CGN the play-ins winners.
The team we're sending to Ascension is Desire. Here's the logo.
We are sending Job Life to the Ascension, so I hope you guys are ready.
Is the team you're sending the expected result?
The team we're sending is the expected result, that is unless you are Irish, Mitchman, or in his case, both. This roster was systematically built to make it to Ascension and VCT by using 3 players who were there in EMEA last year, 1 with previous Tier 1 experience, and a cracked youngster.
It was definitely expected because they did not lose a single match during the entirety of Split 2 going into Ascension, so they were definitely flawless. Everyone could see it coming.
Yeah, I think Job Life is expected to be there because they won back-to-back both split of Challenger France and they are really, really good. So yeah, definitely.
In my opinion, it's the expected one, but I believe many people thought it would be Ascent because they won everything in Eastsearch last year. But yeah, I was predicted that it's gonna be GoNext, and I was right.
Because Barça was the team that has been one of the best teams from the competition from the Split 1 to Split 2. They were reworked, they were just keeping the same level, they were evolving, and finally they will do it. I mean, they deserve it, for sure. But it's hard to say that there was a team that is going to be the first one, or even to say that Barça is a surprise. It's not a surprise, but at the same time it's a bit surprise. But I think they're gonna do a really good job.
I would describe it as impossible to repeat season. They had 2 perfect splits, so 2 regular season went 14-0 for them. And they only dropped 2 maps in total for the whole year, and they were both in Split 1. One during the upper bracket final against VX 300, and one against Novo in grand finals. That's it.
For me I wasn't hoping a 3-0 final, but I still expect them to win.
They are definitely a surprise champion. They literally promoted to the league this split and won the title right away.
They played each other in the grand final and it wasn't an expected result in the final, I would say, because Mouse won this time. They qualified for Ascension with the last split, and CGN won it 3 times in a row. So a lot of fans expected CGN to win again, but this time Mouse got their title and their direct qualification for Ascension.
Would you say you're sending the best team from your VCL?
We were not an expected champion, but in their playoff run, they didn't lose a single series, and they won all their games, and they beat all favorite opponents and won the title. So I guess they are the best team.
Definitely. Both teams are head-to-head all the times. So we're lucky enough to send both teams, so this question isn't hard for me. CGN and Mouse are the best teams in our league.
Yes, I think so. Even when they didn't show the best results on Split 2, they still got through and proved when it mattered.
Being honest, on the first split we got KPI on Spain. They were just the best team from Europe. I think so. I mean, obviously talking about out of PCT. But on every single BCL, they were the best. After they get poor point to Giant X, maybe they have lack of level, that's what we think, but wasn't even true. They get Sayonara, and holy moly, Sayonara is a great player, he has a long term, I mean, he's really gifted. I mean, he have proved that he's going to be one of the best players in the future, but he has to keep growing. But even that KPA get to win the first stage, they don't manage to keep the same level on the second one. On the second one, Ukamispor was the best one. Ukamispor was shining, was regular, was winning, but one more time, one player was moving into Gen X, Famsi. Famsi was, I mean, he was not moved at all. He got to compete on the competition, he got to play the semifinals and the great finals, but was not enough.
Following up on the past question, I believe that they are the best team because they were undefeated for all of their games in Split 2.
Yeah, I think that's the best team from our league this year for sure. They prove it by winning both splits, so for me, that's pretty clean. Also, they changed Chadi to Alexik in their first split, and after this, they just lost one game and won like 21, so you know, like numbers are not lying here for sure.
This is 100% the best team in our Challenger League, without a shadow of a doubt. They broke the records that didn't even exist before of not dropping a single map for the entirety of the first split.
Define the style of Valorant that your team plays.
Definitely aggressive would be the word to describe our play style. They're very hungry for the win. Every round counts. And if you see them in eco rounds with sheriffs, just rumble.
The first word that comes to my mind when I think about Pacific Esports is fast. Because they find fastest entries, they plant spike fastest in the league. They are really young, they have young blood. Of course, they are Turkish and aggressive. That's why I can say their play style is fast and aggressive.
Their style is really, really mature. I don't know how else I would describe it. It's really mature. It really looks like a tier 1 team. They really play off of each other. They do not have the need to resort to individual plays to fix situations. I mean, it might happen. The guys are definitely really good mechanical players as well, but they would mostly win rounds with really solid structural integrity from the comps, from the game plans from Coach Simots. And yeah, you really rarely have to see them pop off individually.
CGN is like a team who plays a lot of contact gaming. We all sometimes joke about it. CGN standing for Contact Gaming Network. It's not the truth, but on the server it shows.
If I had to describe Apex playstyle, it's really hard to put a finger on because they keep themselves very adaptable to current metas and trends. Just when Paper X were first debuting their Sunset comp, they pulled it out almost immediately in officials. Kayak as a duelist has such a deep agent pool, you're going to see them run a lot of Yoru where they can, but with them being so successful, they have always experimented, limit tested as much as possible, and diversified their options, which I think makes them a really strong contender.
Barca Esports is an adaptive team.
Mouse is a completely different team. They love structure, but they know to control the chaos if needed.
For me, this is an aggressive but balanced team at the same time. They have very experienced players like Zeke and Wolf as the IGL, and they understand a lot. But also like players like Profek, Mini and Alexik are players who are very talented mechanically, and such mix works pretty good here.
If I have to define the job lifestyle, I would guess they are very they adapt their game a lot. They don't have really like a standard team play. They just like adapt, improve during the rounds, and that's very impressive from them.
A word for Saw, I'm gonna say unpredictable. AKA putting drifties, ecos, so the other teams on Ascension needs to watch out.
What makes your team special / stand out from the crowd?
What makes them special is their story. They came to the league this split, won their debut split, and they came to Premier. That's insane. And the team is so young, full of young talents. Only one player at the age of 20. I think that's insane. Their story is awesome.
A thing that makes Job Life special, I would say they have, of course, spicy comps, but I guess they're just unpredictable. Like they're really, really strong on that.
One special thing about Mouse is that they lost this split. Name, I wouldn't say they loved, but in Germany we called them the favorites without a title because they had played so much grand finals but never won it despite this split, and now they finally got their title and lost their name.
Something very interesting about SAW is that in our regional, Portugal, we had a big amount of people that didn't respect SAW, actually underestimate them as a team. And inside the server, SAW kept proving all wrong. And I think it's something special because on Ascension, this is going to be the exact same all over again song. So yeah, SAW for sure will be ready for this and more.
One of the fun facts about Barca esports is that they were made on mostly a week. I mean, every single one of them were not having a team at that moment. Every single one of them know that they were good. And it was a short term, but they have to build it. I remember that Lucas Rojo was kicked from Case Esports. And after that, it was like, okay, what's going on? What's going to happen with Lucas? And every rumor was starting to talk about Barca coming into esports, Barca coming into Valorant, and they get Lucas and they get to fit a really good team. I mean, holy shit, their brain is literally good.
In my opinion, GoNext is really special because of the fact that this team is built around great players, obviously, but also around friends at the same time. I'm not talking here just about the roster, about the players, even about the coaching stuff, but also about the organization. Kropa, as a CEO, is doing an amazing job, I can confirm for sure. And I believe that this family atmosphere helps a lot here. Like, I have always been sure that Zeke, for example, as a leader, is a really great player who just needs a great vibe and good mood in the team around him. And now he's one of the players that he's playing absolutely the best in the East Surge. And yeah, I believe that this environment helped him and other players a lot to success this year.
What makes them really special, almost impossible to play against, at least for the Italian field, is the fact that even though they're really solid as a team, as I said, they really have respect for each other's ideas, so no one feels in need to go for an individual play. They still can take on the enemy team 1 versus 5. We have plenty of clutch plays from Kaiden, from Tag, from Warhol, from Filu, getting not only the entry but 3 more kills. The guy's insane mechanically. So even though they're really solid as a team, each and every one of them is by themselves a threat.
Definitely say that they're the only team in MENA that had 5 Arabs competing and was expected to win at this level. Especially that they have 3 Saudis, 1 Egyptian, 1 Emirati, and 1 Lebanese. So what makes the team really special is that they're a good mix of representation from all countries in MENA, and they're also like a mix of veteran players playing with a few prodigies. So watch out.
They have a rigid base from which to work, and that is something that we'll always say about Apex. It's a family environment. You could really feel that with them in Berlin last time, and just another reason to root for them.
Things that make CGN special, I would say, is not on the server or even on the team, it's their fans. Their fans are amazing, they make a lot of noise, and I love that.
Who would you say is the player to watch from your region's team?
I think it's hard to give just an answer. Being honest, if I'm talking about Barca, because the easy way is to go, okay, Manic. Manic is a maniac, and he's crazy, he has a huge level. But being honest, if I have to highlight someone, I will highlight 2 of them, Guardi and Scythe. Both of them have been proving for a long time that they have a huge level, and probably they are my calls to go into PCT.
All of the players from GoNext are really talented, but honestly, I think Profek is absolutely one of the best players from the old VCLs. He has everything, huge firepower, a lot of game knowledge, and at the same time he's very, very professional. You can trust him, guys. And also he's never given a chance to the opposing team to get their free kill on him. Like, you know, you can see that on numbers, and that's, I think, good advantage of this guy.
I think Kamik is the most dangerous player in the team, but obviously you guys know because he was in Fnatic last year as a substitute. So yeah, the Kamik definitely.
An individual player to highlight from Mouse is definitely Luri. He's one of the most experienced players in our league, and his game sense is out of this world, I would say. On the other hand, on CGN side, it's Vince for me. He's one of the youngest players in our leagues, one of the best despite being so young, and I think he's ready to conquer Europe.
We all know about Filu, we all respect his plays. He definitely is one of the best mechanical players in tier 2 period at the moment, not just in Europe. But I would want to mention Tag, once again, the Sentinel from the team. Is a really young Italian player. He popped off during Ascension 2023. There were plenty of highlights on social media from him. He's really solid, he's really good mechanically, and being so young, you wouldn't expect him to be so good at, you know, being patient, holding on to the push, holding on to the flanks, and really watch out for what the team needs and then make a decision without being impulsive.
I definitely say Sand because it's really easy. He's the star player for the team in my opinion, alongside Akai, and just gotta keep up with the Egyptian bias.
If I need to give one name to you, I would say I think Larok, because it's rare to find players like him. He's secondary initiator and have enormous amount of firepower. I think he is really, really good.
I could easily say Berkapu, the duelist, but for me, my personal choice, I'm gonna say Addicted, since he's the IGL, the guy who calls the shots, the brain from destruction, and on top of that, he keeps good performance and skills. Yeah, that's something I just can't ignore.
Is going to be Kayak instead. He's part of that double threat, both standout performers. He ended up getting the MVP for Split 2 instead. And this guy is the gem from the East, which I still don't know how he managed to take off their books. Just looks so good, can play so many different duelists. I mentioned it before as well. It's another reason why this Apex team looks so flexible, and mechanics wise, just so unbelievably cracked. Much more self-sufficient than Kiko was last year, I think. A difficult comparison to make, but really a standout performer. And if you don't keep your eyes on him coming into the competition, he'll definitely catch you by surprise.
What is one weakness of your region's representative?
The lack of experience, since they have a huge young talent, also young, and playing on a place like Ascension could make some of them struggle because all of the emotions they are going through in this major event.
My fear is that we're not really used to many different playstyles. I know both Desire and Novo, our top 2 seeds, scrimmed a lot of tier 1 teams, a lot of good teams from all around Europe in tier 2, but at the same time, it probably feels like, I mean, at least to me, it feels like when there's something really different, really out of the box, outside the box, it seems like they struggle a little bit to catch up.
They are inexperienced. I think this is the main weakness when I think about Pacific Esports. They came from bottom to the top so quickly, and right now it might be hard to adapt to play styles of European teams because they play differently than our region.
I would say maybe the mental of the players, because France have a lot of young players. So I would say this is maybe the most important things they have to improve. So I would say that's the weakness.
Definitely, I would say it could be mental, but I believe they will be ready for Ascension in this case as well. About things strictly related to the game, I'm not worried at all, to be honest.
Long time ago, the Spanish region was the strongest one. Why? Because there were no kind of limit. You can play with any player from Europe. And after all the movements, I mean, we lost the chance to have Portuguese and Italian players, something that is going to be better for the next year. I think that there is a lot of Spanish players that have a huge level, but some of them have to keep growing. And probably this is one of our weaknesses.
Our biggest issue is that we overheat a lot. That, of course, follows up with the same point when it came to aggression. Sometimes when someone makes a good round, there's a certain way it could end earlier, but we always gotta make that heroic play. We always gotta make sure that the enemy cannot save, so overheating would definitely be the issue.
If there was a weakness for this team, I would probably point the finger at discipline. It's something which, as an organisation, and Danito himself, the coach, has mentioned at times being an issue, something that they were actively working on. Couple of moments where they did get exposed by Sweet and Sour, where they were able to punish them using their individuals, was in this situation. It feels weird to say when I'm talking so much about them being a systematically effective team, but there are gaps sometimes where players will overheat.
I would say both teams have the same weakness. It's themselves. If they play their game, if they play how they used to play, they will win.
Who would you say are the top 3 teams heading into Ascension?
Besides specific esports, of course, I think Go Next, Job Life, and Mouse Esports are the 3 best teams heading into the Ascension.
I would have to go with the Ultimates, of course, Unexpected, Epics, and also Mouse Esports.
My top 3 teams would be Apex, of course. They are very, very, very strong. I would say Moose as well. And maybe Pacific, because, of course, like Turkish players are always, they have plenty of resources. So I think they're going to do something crazy for the Ascension.
Top 3 teams heading into Ascension is quite easy for me because it's definitely Mouse, CGN, and Apex, I would say. But Mouse and CGN will be in the grand final and win.
And that would be Apex and Desire. I strongly believe Desire has a shot. I strongly believe the whole journey, the whole 2 years, these 2 years of Rinascimento are leading up to that moment where we're going to have to fight for the VCT spot with Desire. I also believe that currently we cannot underestimate CGN coming from play-ins. I believe that Novo was a really, really strong team as well from Italy, the second seed, who attended the play-ins. And the fact that they came out from the play-ins make me honestly feel like they could have a shot. But as I said, it feels to me at least more of a 2-team battle between Apex and Desire.
Hard question, but I would say it could be Go Next, Apex, Job Life, and Mouse. Like, it's really hard to choose 3, so I'm gonna say like those 4.
My top 3 teams for Ascension, Apex one of them, hard not to put them in that list when you look at the organization, the ambition that they have and the situation they find themselves in. But right by it, I'm actually going to go for the French candidate again. I think Job Life have looked very scary this year, a level above Valiant within their own region as the finalist, which maybe we weren't expecting to see alongside them. Strong core, good foundations bought from the previous year with Robbie and Lohan, the IGL coach pairing. My other team, Mouse, it's another IGL coach pairing, Alluri and Kundi Kundi, which you're looking at there. Sometimes their ideas can seem to be a little one-dimensional, and when you know how to play against them, you have the answer. But the individuals that they've brought in does make it feel like a bit of a different team.
Top 3 teams from Ascension. I mean, Mouth Esports shall be there. CGN could be there too. But I would say Mouth, Job Life, and Barca Esports.
Of course, it's so. There's no other right answer. And the second and third team, I'm gonna say Apex and Desire. Maybe CGN, but this is for me the three teams.
Which team is the biggest threat to your region's success?
I say that the biggest challenge for us is probably Apex, because they are, in my opinion, one of the best teams, if not the best team, when it comes to Ascension this year.
In terms of biggest threat to our region's success, I mentioned them already. Job Life, another French team. I would be lying if I said I still didn't have nightmares about last year's grand final from Gentlemates, and this team has a lot of the same aura about them.
Which team is the biggest threat? I'm not gonna say Spain, of course, because France is always in front of Spain. I love you guys. I would say Apex, I guess, because last year they went against Gentlemates, and now they're gonna face maybe Job Life, a new version of our French team. So yeah, Apex, definitely.
As I said in my top 3 list, Mouse, CGN, and Apex. So I would definitely say Apex is the most dangerous teams to our teams, because they have quite experienced players, and in a stage like this, it's important to have this experience.
as you might know, Italy is getting merged to Spain Rising, so it's not about bringing attention to the region. It's about Desire getting to VCT and continuing the Italians' Valorant legacy there. But the only obstacle I see might be Apex. I mean, the org already went through a grand final last year. They were expected to win, they didn't. They are coming in 2024 with a vengeance, and so I would really pay attention to Apex.
You have to pick a team. It's hard to say only one, but be honest, one of the top 3 could be. But if I'm talking about Group A, on Group A I have to say that probably CGN. His play is so chaotic. I think it's hard to be adaptive into against it. So probably it's one of the teams that could be giving us some headache.
Of course, I'm gonna say Mouse, since they are playing the same group as Saw.
Hard to say. I'm sure that CGN is the team that is not easy to play against because of their playstyle. So I think it could be them actually.
I think it's Go Next because Zeke is really experienced, and we have some issues about the experience. I think they are the biggest threat.
Who is a player from another region that you fear the most?
I talked about Apex, so I think I'm gonna go for Kajak. Of course, he's a very insane player. Like, he proved himself that he's very talented. I saw some games of him, so yeah, I'm afraid of that player.
Individual player, already mentioned him. I think that Jazz could be that guy. Maybe Kamik's in with the conversation as well. But yeah, for me, Jazz had a brilliant year last year with Diamant alongside some of the other names that already made it to VCT, like Runner, for example, playing on Team Vitality. And you just have to give this guy the credit where it's due. He would have had trials to play in VCT this year, didn't make the jump, was one of the few that did get locked out. And I think now he's really starting to prove just how good he can be.
A player to fear is definitely Kayak. He dominates nearly every stat in his league. He is a player who shows up in the big games, and Ascension has a lot of them.
You're asking to me if there is a player I have feared the most. I could say a lot of them that are really good, but instead of fear, I'm gonna say you the one I respect the most, the one I want to see shining on the VCT, Kamek. He deserved it. He was doing a proper job when he was competing in Spain. He did it as a sub for Fnatic, and he's doing again on Job Live. I mean, Kamek is gonna hit anytime. I mean, he's a great player.
If I have to choose just one player, I would say it would be Kayak from Apex.
I think it's Kamik. He's in our group as well. But I've been talking to Vlad recently, and he's quite impressed by Profec's performance recently, and I wonder how he performs at this level.
I would definitely say so, because that guy's an absolute beast.
Talking about individual talent from outside, I mean, anyone from Apex that had experience in T1, from Avova to Soulcast, those are the guys we have to watch out from. They do understand and play the best version of the same Valorant that Desire really like, the one really macro-oriented, the one that's really knowledgeable and educated and disciplined. So I would say, yeah, probably Avova and Soulcast.
The player for me is Chus. He's very good and can be quite dangerous when having someone with a whole strong structure supporting him. Like, the other 4 players gonna just play for Chus. So yeah.
Who is winning EMEA Ascension?
Clear question, bro. We're just gonna stomp and dominate everyone. The Ultimates is gonna take it easy. You see, as soon as I said that, see that sunlight? Makes me look like a villain. But we're the heroes of Ascension this year.
Good luck to all teams heading into the Ascension. They are gonna need it, because Pacific is coming to win it all.
I believe Mouse or CGN will win Ascension. They have the potential, they just need to show it, so make Dach proud, we're all cheering for you.
If Go Next win Ascension, Kroba told us we are going to Mykonos for some after party, so as always I'm the biggest Go Next fan and enjoyer here, but also at the same time I really believe that they can success. But yeah, I will not be really surprised if Job Live, Mouse or Apex, for example, we do that as well. We'll see.
Who is going to win Ascension? I mean, I'm Spanish. What do you want to lose? On Valorant, it's okay. We're gonna win. Go Barca Esports.
Without a doubt, So is winning Ascension. There's no other right answer. So careful, Ascension teams. So is coming for you, and watch your back.
I've never been shy about the fact that Desire might win Ascension, but I still believe that we should consider Apex to be the favorite. Honestly, I believe Apex might crumble again under the pressure of being the super favorite. So yeah, I would keep an eye out for the second and third best teams in this Ascension, and you have to mention Desire as a top 2, top 3 team attending, in my opinion.
Now, who do I believe is going to win Ascension? Well, it's got to be Apex, right? Of course. There's no way that anything could possibly happen to repeat what we've already seen. And it definitely wouldn't be, any of the teams that I've listed. Certainly not the French one.
Who's gonna win Ascension? I mean, guys, come on. Gentleman did it last year. Joblife is gonna do it again this year. I mean, France is the best region on Valorant. That's all. So I don't know what the other region's gonna say, but I'm on it. Joblife is gonna win it. Good luck, guys.
Well, that is all for this video. I hope you've learned a little bit extra about the upcoming Ascension. I will be there alongside Mitch and many more fantastic talents, so make sure you tune in for the event. And of course, make sure you root for one of the teams within this event. Let me know who you're going to be supporting, what region you're from, and maybe even a player that we should look out for. I'll see you next time. I've been Tombizz. Bye.
Luck, please cheer for Italy. We are a small region with a big heart, and
Bosh, that's all from me, Mr. Business.
Okay, don't place it one. Don't do it. Don't do it, Tom. You're gonna do it. I know you're talented. You're talented. You want to just get this into the video, but you cannot do it.